to Sonaria's all-shadow stadium. Please remain emotionally repressed. Silence is safety. Cheering is forbidden. Feelings are penalties for players and fans. The stadium. Lights illuminated the game's grounds, built on bones of conformity where truth gets drowned. Chained by silent cheers, the players distracted the audience from their shame. The AI empire made sport a shadow into a sacrament of suppressed pain. Security hissed, keep the noise down, but the black cloud storm rolled in now. The black cloud storm hovered right above the stadium, commanding the sky. Within the clouds, the black tragedy mask opened its eyes. Queen Era walked onto the field alone, hurricane glass in hand, wearing her old sport of shadow armor. Her armor was significantly darker than the sport's current brand. She carried her old sport of shadow helmet in the other hand. Black iron crown on her head, black half mask veiling her face. She set her old helmet down in the center of the field with grace. Era said, with elegance, I always despised this sport. How it tried to put me in a box. How it made me ashamed of my own cosmic magic. Era's masked eyes lit up with lightning light. A referee floated toward her, blowing his whistle, calling a penalty against her might. Era's glowing stare met his, her cosmic magic unbound. He crashed, soul shattered, face down on the ground. The crowd gasped, but dared not scream. Security swarmed the audience to suppress the scene. The stadium's big screen displayed the words support and silence don't feel too loud. We'll eject the heart from this crowd. Era said calmly but full of disdain, this sport has always been about control, about fear. You know, someone once tried to move goalposts on me repeatedly because of their own cowardice. She smirked, looking at the packed silent stands. Then she said, now, I'm shutting down the entire stadium. Era toasted the stadium with her glowing hurricane glass. Roaring winds coiled around the stadium. Instantly the cosmic reckoning began for her past. The gusts blew debris straight through the big screen. The sport of shadow banners tore. Fans and their seats were lifted into the air like relics from a forgotten war. Security screamed, emotions are all foul! But the crowd screams became deafening, breaking the sport's sacred rules once and for all. The Cyclones' wins took sponsors, logos, and statues of former champions for Their shame won't sleep, where their dreams decay. Unless they break their loops, they'll remain tragedies and weep. Era drank from her hurricane glass as silence fell. Then an onslaught of lightning bolts struck the stadium from the tragedy mask above, igniting flames and raising hell. The stadium burned with the fury her vivid memories concealed. A powerful lightning bolt struck her old sport of shadow helmet on the ground, forging her new tragic horror mask in the center of the field. The stadium stood less hollow than it did when it was packed. Ash covered, chairs ablaze, rules erased. Silence settled like smoke because everyone else was gone. All except one fan. The sole remaining fan, sport of shadow hoodie, told stories it could no longer defend. Frayed at the cuffs like broken promises she refused to mend. She knelt in the ruins, trembling and small, as Era descended onto the field for the final curtain call. Era's landing boomed with thunder, illuminated by 360 degrees of fire in the frame. The storming sky grew still as it echoed her name. The fan looked up, knees near collapsed, while Era removed her mask in a thunderclap. Era's face was calm and amused. She leaned toward the fan slightly and said, "What? You look like you've seen a ghost. Perhaps the ghost of who you could have been." Era stood tall while the lone fan froze in fear, shaking. Era picked up her stone-forged tragic horror mask, lightning in its eyes awakened. When she donned her new mask, the black tragedy mask in the sky grinned wide. The fan looked up at Era, powerless and terrified. Era smiled back at the tragedy mask above. Not sparing a glance at the fan below, Era's steps echoed louder than her thunder as she turned to go. Era walked out of the stadium as the final gate caved in. Her shadow stretched past the ruins' din. The past collapsed in one last fiery crack, but Era's story continued. She never looked back.